My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2, where we're here to do the starter phase challenge. Start with the tools to make a powerful train. Coming at rank 6, we've got Melting, Remnant, and Umbra, with the Higher Heart of Bogworm's Growth, giving us a permanent 1 capacity to a random floor after each battle. Downright Deployable. -1 energy per turn, plus 10 Ember. Deployable Ember, that is. Whew. Okay. Also, Gear Up. A Merchant of Arms appears in the middle of the tracks after the first battle, so getting something there and making it deployable is going to be really important. And also Hammer Time. Start with Hef's Hammer, and it has deployable. It's a 20 damage weapon. That's not nothing. Ooh, a Paraffin Enforcer buffing an entire floor would be certainly useful here. And hey, the Purifying Cleanses make it possible for us to create additional targets that he's capable of buffing. Making of a morsel in the deck as well, Chosen Savagery, and Flesh Weaver and Strixen Hallow. Yay! I don't even care what forms they are. I just get to fight them, and that makes me happy. Gear Up is... there we are. Okay. Oh, it's gotta be Memorial Fund. Judge's Scales for... swapping cards out in the deployment phase. I'm probably gonna want to play everything in deployment phase. Whereas I'm definitely going to have enough units dying to get a ridiculous amount of money out of the Memorial Fund. Crypt Call? Even more reform? Yes, please. Enemies enter with Titan Skin 1. Completely fine. I need as much money as I possibly can get for the first area so that I can get some good upgrades from both merchants. So I think you go here, you go here. I'm going to sacrifice Drafts in front of the Shield Steward and put them behind the Paraffin Enforcer on the next floor. Ultimately, probably want to complete the combat on the top floor. Got him with a blink. Just blink making of a morsel just so that I can get some stats on the Paraffin Enforcer. It'd be really nice if we were killing on this floor. Can I draw any of my dregs? Oh, they're not drafts, they're dregs. I said the wrong word. I knew which one I meant, though. Whoop. Yeah, at least I can get those to die down there. Not getting a lot of money out of my Memorial Fund, which is why I played on the top line in the first place. Fully missed with the blink there. That's okay, though. Bottom line, did not win the combat, but I can play another unit there. Actually, I think I just played them in the front line. So I do want them to die. And Sombra Morsel's never going to die because it's got too much health. The Maid Morsel, though, will. There we go. Eked out another 5 gold. That could end up making all the difference. Gosh, if only I got the dregs earlier in that fight, though. Draft, Subsuming Blade, and Molded. All of these are incredible for us. Subsuming Blade this early, I would love. Space Prism, Packed Morsels. Space Prism's more important than Morsels to me. Merchant of Steel is next to Remnant. Yeah, I'm probably not going Gorge Floors. Give me the Space Prism. We've got a Smidge Stone available here. Oh my god! Come on! Ugh. Unfortunately, because we're in the dimensional portal, even if I do win with a Bounty Stalker here, it's not going to be gilded. There's even Endless in the store that I could put on you. Oh, there's so many reasons to want to run you. I will be running the Wickless Tycoon because it's actually way better in this instance. Bounty Stalker's best utility in this deck is that I can reform you every turn, so I can try and get you like a large amount of damage stays. But Wickless Tycoon will buy me everything in the game, which turns out to work a little bit better. I do want to mini-stone the Wickless Tycoon just so that I can make enough space for everyone else to die on that floor much more commonly and easily. It doesn't need Endless, though. Merchant of Arms. Oh boy, Boiler Room. I think, like, Boiler Room is perfect. It offsets my energy disadvantage. And all it does is goes on the bottom floor where I play my Wickless Tycoon and all of my dregs. Void Armament's also pretty appealing here, but I can't make a deployable Boiler Room and take the Armament. The Armament's just generally good. I'll start with the Boiler Room, though. Thank you. As for the final one, Meat Shield, having some sort of health restoration for whoever ends up standing in front of Rectiflicker would be nice. Start a battle, enemy hits your each floor. It's not so bad, especially because if I draw Plink, I can easily kill 2 of them and get 2 morsels at the same time. Quicksilver Cherubs. So we do want to be conquering as much as we can on the bottom line. So this is still going to be a standard setup for us. Two dregs dying on the bottom line. Sounds good to me. Only 1 dreg now dies, but that's okay. Maybe I should have gone... No, okay, I'll change. I'll change. I'm okay with them living on the bottom line. It's 1 midline, 1 top line that I should collect. Beautiful. Rectiflinger brings back 2 dregs. Oh wow, the Blinks on the bottom line, missing most of the targets, hitting the Fallen Champion 3 times. Woof. Sacrifice 1 target there. We're taking some damage on our top line, unfortunately. Let's get a drag with some additional burnout on the midline. get some more dregs ready to die. First thing, Morsel Miner, then drag. Great. Rectiplica has nothing to reform this turn. Next turn, it will have a lot to reform, though. Oh, second use of Subsuming Blade as well. I mean, the Wiggler Tycoon won't last until anyone dies on the field, so it can't really make a difference here, but there you go. It doesn't see... Okay, never mind. It does make a difference because it doesn't see itself die, but the Memorial Fund does. Oh, Hallowed Dripping certainly has appeal. Especially if I can make it intrinsic, because then I can upgrade Paraffin Enforcer with Burnout and then support your life after that still. Molded and Draff also. I should get a Draff in this deck. It's multi-strike. It's so good. Barrels of Production. I do have a lot of units that I know they're going to die in the turn, so I can just let them have the perils. If I go Space Prism and I've got, you know, Bogworm's Growth 2 Space Prism, I don't think there's ever a situation where... I mean, I've even also got the deployable Hef's Hammer. I don't think there's ever a situation where I need additional energy or capacity. Energy because of the Boiler Room, which if I have both of those situations fulfilled, then I'm in the perfect circumstance where I can only take draw. And it's the right thing to do. Ah, I don't even have to choose whether or not I do that or I win. Resin Blade. Interesting. So I think a weapon cache is really important because if I make that deployable, I can then fish a huge amount of things out of my deck. So weapon cache becomes deployable. Resin Blades and Exile's Diadem are now just also cards in the deck that I get to draw out very easily. Do I want to merge Exile's Diadem and Meat Shield? Yes. Gosh, I wish I had some minion upgrades before this. Lost 10 damage. Strike applies 20 corruption. On summon, spawn a friendly unit from your deck. So from your deck does mean we could get a Dreg or a Draff. And I really do want to be summoning things from my deck, so that's pretty appealing. Dominating Control, and melee weakness 1, spell weakness 1, and strike. Like, summoning additional units is really good for a while. But the things that I want to summon additional units are not the things that I get to deploy early. I think out of these, possibly it's Dominating Power. The Draft becomes such a damage powerhouse with that. Also, like, if I give a quick to that Draft, suddenly it becomes the best dupe target in the turn, and I want, like, every Dreg replaced with that Draft instead. Like, it's got a path. It's got a trajectory. So I only have 2 weapons in the deck that this can draw. Yes. Okay, so weapons cache only needs to go on a floor where I play 2 characters. Actually, I'm feeling like maybe the Paraffin Enforcer should be the one to wield the... How do I want to do this? Paraffin Enforcer, if I gave you the Resin Blade, it hops back to hand at 0 cost because it's had its cost reduced, which is really nice. It'll hop back and give Burnout 1. You'd die on the first turn, then I'd reform you on the first turn, and then I'd give you the blade back. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Thanks for the energy. I guess I sack a dreg on the bottom line. Rhapsody down there as well. These two will get eaten before the Paraffin Enforcer explodes. Great, so this turn we bring back Paraffin Enforcer and Dreg. Paraffin Enforcer now has way better stats. There you can also have Multi-Strike, and I'll put a Dreg behind you, and now that floor does ridiculous damage. And I'm able to reform that again in the future. And probably should wait rather than just giving it more Purifying Cleanse every time I draw it, because I don't think I have enough to really support it that long term. Still probably better served by giving it the HP than not. Love playing a Spear Steward on the bottom line, letting it kill and then letting it die immediately as well. Woohoo! And that's also all the mass off of Flesh Weaver, so we're all good now. I guess I am committing to keeping the Paraffin Enforcer alive. Wasn't my goal, but okay. Every time I draw it, I'm going to make that Subsuming Blade do something. Got it again. That was like a good damn. I mean, yeah, that's probably ideal. Everyone dying on the bottom floor except the Wickless Tycoon. Yeah, that'll probably be the most money I'm capable of getting. Yes, another Resin Blade is a great idea. Wickless recruitment for removing burnout effects from your unit. Yeah, I could then get the Resin Blade to not have burnout on the Paraffin Enforcer, but the thing is the Paraffin Enforcer wants to have burnout so that he himself is gaining rage every strike as well. Well, I mean, Lady the Reform just goes in this deck. Easy draw. It's got to be Merchant Trinkets with this money, right? Oh my god! I could not have asked for 2 better trinkets to turn up than Combustible Wax. When a friendly unit gains burnout, it gains 3 additional stacks. And Fade's First Blade. Friendly units gain Rage 3 whenever they lose a stack of burnout. Hell, I'll also take the Commemorative Spike, giving us a Morsel Miner on each floor after the deployment phase. That was ridiculous. Crypt Call 2, and Celestial Alcove shows no. As much as I do like the idea of getting Shard Soul, +1 energy per turn, +1 deployment ember, +2 capacity per turn, +1 draw per turn. The only one of those that matters is the +1 draw per turn. And Rectiflicker draws 2 cards a turn. No, thank you. I think it's also time to start removing a couple of these plinks. They're becoming really unreliable. If I have to rely on them, I'm pretty sad about it. And Pressstone and Explore. If anything, that's just an opportunity for me to kill more dregs. I can't just summon a chump to that midline. It's fine, I'll just draw Resin Blade when I cast my first one down there. Oh my god, it gave me the Resin Blade in the turn after deployment phase. Summon a Morsel Miner. It got summoned to a weapons cache floor and it drew a Resin Blade for it. Thank you. Oh, that's so kind. Here is a good question. Who actually wields it? I think I put it on Lady the Reform right now. Because we actually get a huge amount of burnout on all of our units from having done that. Pull back some dregs. I could just throw both of those on a defensive position on this line. I need to throw both of them on defensive? I can throw one of you on defensive and then just sacrifice one of you on the bottom. Yeah, that's a lot better. One enemy unit manages to haste past, but thankfully we've already got him dead to rights. Ooh, I'd love to collect that collector. I don't know how I do it, though. Oh, yeah, I just put dregs in safe positions. That'll do. Got enough capacity down there to support that. I can have 2 units down. Oh no, you've got the additional burnout. It's fine, I'll be happy to reform that Draff at a later date. It's much harder for me to just summon units intending for them to die at the moment, though. Because they come back with all this ridiculous amount of burnout on them. Oh, we even almost fully kill Ajax. That's great. That's about as good as it gets. Also, while applying a giant amount of corruption, so he just dies when he gets to the next floor anyway. Beautiful. I want to be able to play Crushing Demise, but the problem is with the Wickless Tycoon on the bottom line, like, I am gonna want it to survive. So give me Fatal Melting instead, because I do otherwise kill a lot of units. Ember Forge, +2 energy per turn. I don't think I need that. Gem Trove. Yeah, as I get more and more capacity consistently, I can use Gem Trove, but realistically, I don't think I want any of those. I want things that are much more comfortable being impermanent. I do like the idea of going to another Merchant of Arms and looking for another room, and especially, like, more weapons to get drawn out from weapons cache. Remnant Banner is really appealing as well, though. Spell upgrades, less so. Although I will say the Empyrean dupe for another Draff, both in this spot and then this spot as well, would be huge. Oh, but the amount of money that I have from a Merchant of Trinkets. I really do need Merchant of Steel upgrades. I think I might have to just be okay with the amount of Merchants of Arms that I've had so far. Double stack. We already get too much burnout, so it doesn't really matter to double stack that. +10 magic power. Look, I'll throw that on a Plink. Okay, holdover is important. Holdover as Subsuming Blade is just delete one really annoying target every turn. And -1 cost permafrost for a Fatal Melting is just handy to have. +20 and consume for a Plink. Way too late to consider taking either of these seriously. We've already got as much money generation as we really do need in this run. Another copy of the Subsuming Blade, just the ability to delete targets every turn It's good. It's really good. I think I take a dupe of that, actually. Giving me the ability to upgrade the Draff before I dupe it in the next area, even if I do that. I cut a lot of cards from this deck as well. Way too many cards in this deck at the moment. There's that resin blade. Put the resin blade on the Draff so that it comes back next turn. Okay, so now hold up, how do I do this? So now I place a drag, and then I kill that drag, and then I reform both of the dregs that have died since last turn. I put them on this line so that they're getting the additional scaling from Paraffin Enforcer, and then I'll also give Multi-Strike to one of you. Yeah, that seems about right. I should have chomped with the drag on that line, maybe. Actually, the 3 corruption's nice because it's just consistent resolve trigger. Revenge triggers for the lady there, so that's just gonna keep the Draff healthy. Wait. Eaten pile, consume pile. Yeah, let's do it this way. I'm gonna put down a Draff. I'm gonna subsuming blade it. Bring it and the drag back. Now I've got another Draff, another drag. And this line supports all of its own burnout as well as its own rage. And the burnout also then secondarily supports additional rage as well from the Fate's First Blade. Then I can chomp Spear Steward bottom line. And then the final thing I need to do is find a viable target for a Subsuming Blade, where I guess I'm going to be killing another drag on that line. Yeah, I could have theoretically done that on the bottom line and gotten 10 more gold. It's not a large enough optimization for me to really care about, I think. Double drag bottom line in front of the Wickless Tycoon, just for money's sake. Let's reform some more units to go down there. Guess we are probably far beyond Fatal Melting having anything else it can do. Of course, we always knew the second Glor is the one here that's going to do the killing. Oh boy. We even end that previous turn with 6 energy this turn, and both calcified embers in hand to allow us to burn both of them out. Incredible. Eke out a wee bit more gold there. Especially because we might... Ooh, reform and apply +10. Not that important. Memento Mori just for big hit to the enemy front line, I think, is probably relevant. Excavation Eruption, just to target some enemies as they ascend. Yeah, should be okay. We can afford its costs. I really want to go to the Merchant of Steel, but with the amount of money I have, I think it's irresponsible for me not to go to the Merchant of Trinkets. Extinguish triggers an additional time. Well, that is interesting, because an additional time. Okay, that's not an extinguish trigger. Do we have any extinguish triggers in this deck? I think we might not. That said, just in case we get one later, I'll take it. Start a turn, fully heal champions. That's not relevant. I damage shield 2, the first friendly unit summoned each turn. I kind of don't want to do that, but I can just play around it. Blights and Scourges cost 0, thank you. 2 units. No, equipped units gain armor 10. Kind of worthwhile. Let's start removing some more. Including the Spear Stewards. Oh! The Red Crown event. I can make a unit endless, and when they are summoned, they grant a random equipment. I also get 2 followers who are incredible units for reforming. Yeah, maybe they're reformed, I guess. Nicholas Tycoon. And I'll save some money here so I can go much more aggressive on a Merchant of Steel in the next area. Got to defend our Rectiflicker on the top line. Oh wow, Overgrowth Carapace for you on the bottom line Wickless is actually incredible. Ooh, fully missed with the blink there. Little 11% chance to only hit Strix, still managed to do it. So I've only had, I've had 2 units die now. Great. So I've got the reform. Getting a follower on this floor, I think, is huge. I'm going to give you additional multi-strike as well, because you're going to gain so much rage. You're going to be a real damage dealer. I should probably Memento Mori this floor as well. Clear out another unit. 20 additional stats for Wickless Tycoon every turn is really good. I'm gonna play Excavation Eruption on the bottom line. If it only hits the Fallen Executioner, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, it got one of the backline sharp snipers, but it still should have gotten more. Gotta give some incant triggers to the boss, unfortunately. I'm gonna go Draff, subsume my own Draff, play Dreg, then reform, because I really want to get that new Draff out on the field to deal damage. Wait. I've still got that Sharp-Eyed Sniper on the top line. I should probably Subsuming Blade that, rather than just let myself take that damage. It just means I can't get the better Draff out this turn. Rage Factory on that second floor. Ridiculous that I keep hitting the highest health unit consistently. Strikes again. Sops up some of that damage. That was meant for your friends. Got a Draff in a safer position now. Doing about half the remaining health of Strix this turn. Good to see. Get him, Excavation Eruption. Okay, got two of them. That's good enough. Oh, although if I already knew I was going to use the Subsuming Blade down there, I can just get it to get 3. The piercing damage of the Subsuming Blade is huge against the Shield Bearers, because you can kill them with only 30 damage. I mean, yeah, they're going to get to the Relentless phase, but they're getting there in pretty bad condition. down the bottom line, and now fatal melting for 51 damage to all enemies. That almost fully kills here. I mean, I don't need to fight on the next floor. I don't get any additional benefit from doing so, so I may as well just deploy a couple more units to the bottom line and then win down here. Oh, actually, not a couple more. You deploy additional units to the bottom line until I take the maximum amount of unit deaths down there. Then I end the round. Look, it'll go. See, then I can blade you on the new floor, and then subsuming blade, boom. I guess I should use the other subsuming blade on one of my own targets. Glutton's Maw, the ability of Chomp. Yes. I mean, that just gorges a unit every turn. Absolutely. Especially if I do it on the bottom line, it gives me an energy to do. This is the last opportunity I get to see a Merchant of... Oh my god, Quick and Multi-Strike. What is wrong with you? I gotta give Multi-Strike to Paraffin Enforcer. I think I also really want to give Quick to the Paraffin Enforcer if I can. No, Quick goes on Draff, Multi-Strike goes on Paraffin Enforcer, and you'll also take plus 15 damage. Go 3 damage shields. I feel like that could easily go on Lady Reformed. Smidgestone Largestone. Kind of annoying that I just did that to Lady Reformed when I would love to give her Smidgestone Largestone. Just gonna give her the Largestone though. It's 14 damage from one of the followers, plus 20 health to one of the shield stewards, and I'm even going to smidgestone that shield steward. It's the one I use to defend the top line now. Card removal, let's get another spear steward, another shield steward out of the deck. Purifying Cleanses are almost entirely irrelevant here as well. When I draw them, I tend to be like, alright, I guess. I already have way too much burnout support. I don't need that. Oh my god, you randomly spawned with a Glutton's Maw on the bottom line. That's like the best thing you could have got. Remarkable. I mean, 2 Gluttons with Glutton's Maws on the bottom line would be really nice, because then it just eat, gain energy in the middle of the turn. Unfortunately, the enemies have silence units as well, so they could easily just make me sad about that. Never mind, I've got my subsuming blades. I never have to worry about silence at all. Wait a second, I forgot that I have chomps right now. Which means that my play should be... follower, chomp. Follower, chomp. Oh, wait, no, I shouldn't. I replaced the Crypt Call ability on the top line. Obviously, there's no way in hell I'm going to do that. Had just momentarily forgotten about it. I think I gotta give Chomp to Laser Reform then. No, I'll do it like that. Sadly, Musal is that whole turn. Didn't have anything we could do about that. Wait a second, we don't want to keep the silence on the next line. They care less about the incant prevention on the bottom. Misclick. Alright. You go there. There we go. Whew. Yeah. There's an additional resin blades. Back down to sacrificial units on the bottom line. No more weapons to draw. Great. So, Rector. Perfect. Follower with 65 damage by 3. I can keep you now. You are officially good enough to stay. Which is really important because we have to deal with 500 health. Well, 375 health, rather. Next floor. And oh boy, you do that easily. Silence on the bottom line, thank you. Crypt Call first here. Just summon and need as many units as we can. It's really important for us to make sure that the follower gets to attack. And that's just because I want the Paraffin Enforcer to be able to do all of its attacks, because by the end of its attacks, it buffs the follower as much as possible. Oh, another Draff and another follower. So this is the problem, because this Draff has quick speed as well, whereas the Paraffin Enforcer does not. So it might kill something before the Paraffin Enforcer really gets to connect any serious damage. Which means I think I want to put the Draff on the bottom line and then eat you. Follower. Memento Mori's all the way up to doing 140 damage. Whoa. That's like an Impalate in a base deck that starts with Imps. That's like... yucky. I'm trying to kill as many of my own units as consistently as possible, and the fact that it gets all the way up to 140? That's nothing. That's less than these two Subsuming Blades currently do between them. That whole line collapse. And throw Wickless Tycoon at the back of this line. Rectiflicker. Drag. Kill. Drag. Kill. Making Morsel. In a position where it'll die, and another Making Morsel in a position where it too will die. And that's 690 gold to lead the fight with. Votivary. I mean, look, I love Votivary. Do I need that? I'm drawing 7 cards a turn already. If I hold over any cards from the previous turn or add them to the hand. No, it's still good. Blazing Bolts, Grovel, Cambelize. I don't think I need to do any of these, though. Yeah, we doubled the Extinguish trigger of Votivary. It's Merchant of Magic because it has a dupe next to it, I think. Non-banner units have deployable. I love the idea of that. Oh my god. The Wickless Tycoon got a second Wickless Tycoon into my deck. You snuck a second Wickless Tycoon into this deck, how dare you? I think I remove all of the dregs from the deck and then I take deployable. Three different kinds of card in turn, draw one, gain one. I do that a lot of the time. Give me that Draff. Negative to consume the momentum, or it's not relevant. I want an upgrade that does something. Oh, intrinsic holdover. I'm gonna intrinsic a making of a morsel. There's nothing really to do here. The deck does what it does. That's sad. The rooms, the deployable rooms, were not considered to be drawn first, so I don't have my weapons cache in hand. I do have Votivary, though. Not what I would have chosen, but that's okay. Got another Mitosis Gap for another Wickless Tycoon to sneak its way into this deck. This one's got a Bloodthirsty Blade. A bunch of morsels on midline just to draw the blades out of the deck. No, I don't think I'm gonna get away without playing that Draff though, actually. That one definitely needs to be one of the summons. Ideally, I'd like it to be one of the summons that dies. It'll die next turn, and then I'll have to be good enough. Huge amount of energy out of that last turn. Gone with Blink, that keeps the follower alive. I really wanted to be using Gluttons more consistently by this point. Hey, there's the more. Finally. Let's get you to eat that draft. Perfect. Then I don't even have the ability to bring those drafts back at the moment. That's fine. Go, an additional draft, bring them back. That's one of you. Especially because the Seraph Eternus is on the stage, I know that I'm going to be able to connect with enough of Paraffin Enforcer strikes. So I think this is a great opportunity to actually spawn the Draff on that floor. Does need to get there eventually, anyway. I'm going to have Subsuming Blades available every hand to take care of the Ragewing Assassins. I mean, I honestly want to keep the Wickless alive just to get another copy of it in the deck. Having the red crown give me the Mitosis cap to give me 2 more of the same unit. It's just fun. You don't see that happen every day. I'm honestly surprised by how little damage this floor is actually doing, given the amount of multi-strike and rage that's on this floor. Like, I kind of expected Seraph Eternus to come up to this floor. I know I'm looking at these numbers and it doesn't look like that, but I felt like Seraph Eternus was going to come up to this floor and just die. There we go. At least pushing 1,000 damage against you. That makes me feel a bit better. That feels like a real amount of damage. I can just eat through the chain of gems if I need to. Okay, here's the part that's difficult. Keeping Wickless Tycoon alive through this. I'm surprised by how close it looks like we got. We definitely don't need to do it at all. But I reckon if I... Okay. I'm gonna do it just for fun. We've only got one unit in the reform pool at the moment. It's that Dreg, which means that if I kill anything else, that too will be reformed from Crypt Call. So if I get Draff dead and then just replace that on the bottom line, that's just enough additional damage. It should be able to get us through. Vote of Reed Chumps. Eat that. Eat. You. And actually, yeah, because then I can get the multi-strike as well. That'll do it. Just enough to keep the Wickless Tycoon alive. Oh, hell yeah. Yay, I get another one in the deck. I can't imagine more things that matter less than in the dimensional portal, no less, where stats are not really recorded. To spend the entire last turn trying to figure out how to get a third copy of a unit in your deck that then has no battles to go into. We've got one more dimensional challenge to complete until we unlock our final, wow, I was about to say our final, cosmetic, but that's not true. There's also Gilded Vault. Defeat the Titans with all clan combinations at Covenant 10. And wait, is there not one for gilding every card? Oh, there's not one for gilding every card, but there is a barrier. There you go, for mastering all cards, as well as one for doing all standard runs as clan combinations in Covenant 10. That one looks pretty cool. This one, it really can depend on the colors. I imagine it's probably gilded around the entire border. It's difficult. I really, really like the base one more than any of the other ones that have been unlocked so far. So I kind of hope that some of the other ones that are harder to unlock might be a bit more appealing. But for the moment, let me just tell you, my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content to the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past the names of people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out above the thank tier, and a special thanks to this episode to Lotta. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.